entire room here in January. So those guys got a chance to go and compete. The young guys got a chance to learn. So it was really advantageous for us. It was good. It was really good.
So Malik is now listed as a wide receiver. What went into that decision, I guess, between the two rooms, and do you foresee him getting any kind of snaps still at running back?
I still think that Malik is a chess piece. He is so explosive. Just that the running back room, the wide receiver room, both those rooms, they can make some plays. So I think that we're going to be able to put some multiple guys in those positions to go ahead and make some plays, and you just never know who's going to be back there.
From the outside looking in, it felt like your group last year really, it was a bond. It really came together quickly, and it sort of went out to the whole team. How did that happen with you guys and all the turnover that everybody came together so quick?
I think a lot of guys came from a lot of different places for one goal. Everybody wanted to come here. We knew kind of what it is to be USC. You get a chance to see that from the outside looking in, and now you're here. So now you want to be a part of the tradition, part of that culture. And I think we just had a bunch of guys understanding that if we can all row in the same direction, all pull our weight, something special could happen. So you look at guys like Caleb and some of the leadership, Travis, and some of the old linemen. These guys were guys that have played some ball, won some games, been through the fires. So it was kind of easy to kind of rally around those guys and to get a chance to really come really close as possible and play and win as many games. It was pretty rare to be able to see that a group like you're talking about that has come from so many different places on the globe to really become one and play under one flag and really do some special things.
What lessons did you learn carrying forward? Because significant roster changes, that's kind of the new norm in college football, it looks like, going forward.
It is, absolutely. At the end of the day, I don't think there's really much. Just treat others how you want to be treated. Coach them hard. Make sure that you give them a clear plan of how things are going to go, a clear vision of what direction you want everything to go in. And just at that point, you just got to go play ball. You got to go attack it. You got to study. You just really have to invest in the destination that you're trying to go.
What are the experienced guys in Austin and Marshawn? What have you just seen from them since they both were in that program together? And how do you see them kind of complement each other in this background?
Great leadership. Those guys, it's almost like, when Travis was here, Travis and Austin, they really got a chance to bond because they have played so many games. It's kind of the same thing with Marshawn and Austin. Austin now is within his second year of the program. So those guys, they get along very, very well. They're both very intellectual guys. Obviously, their playing styles are a little different for sure, but those guys, they get it. They're both here on a mission, and the mission is for USC to win. So it's going to be cool to see how those guys kind of complement each other.
What are those differences?
The thing about Austin is literally a guy that you can move around. We didn't get a chance to show as much of that as we wanted to last year, but I think Marshawn is a physical kid coming out of the SEC. Kid had 11 touchdowns. Overall, it was, I think he's got a different type of factor, So I think one is really great in space and can run between the tackles. You saw that from Stanford when you talk about Austin. But I think a guy like Marshawn is going to be able to bring some kind of toughness, and especially down the goal line, that will be able to go back and forth between those guys.
Coach, Quentin Joyner really caught everyone's attention at the spring game. How has he progressed, and what's the likelihood that he sees a real role this year?
It's a running back room that has to go prove itself, that's for sure. Quentin is a very explosive player. And as for it, a lot of those guys in that room, I'm just looking forward to seeing all those guys compete. We're just going to roll the ball out and these guys got to go out here in fall camp and really show a level of toughness, being prepared, a level that they're really ready to go ahead and carry the torch for the Trojans. So all those guys in that room are going to compete. We'll see what he does, because he's going to earn it every step of the way.
The transition from year 1 to year 2, I guess, what's the next step that you want to see your group take? I know it's a different group, different room every year, but,
yeah.
But based on kind of what the position provided last year to what you want to see it do this year.
Just more physical, more toughness. You know, that's just kind of the calling card at the position. I think that we need to make some more plays. We got to win some more one-on-one open field battles, and we need to be able to score some longer touchdowns. So those are 3 things that come to my mind in terms of what we need to go ahead and do better.
2 freshmen that looked in the spring, but what have they how have they grown sort of this offseason? This
offseason, there's a lot of studying for those guys. You know, they really took it amongst themselves to go and watch film on their own, get with Austin, learn from Austin, somebody that's been in the program that knows it, very smart guy. I think that they're just going to be more prepared for what they're going to see. You know, coming out of high school, still 17 years old, I should still be going to prom, you know, but at the end of the day, they got a chance, and that's why you come early to see, okay, what's this culture about? What is my new coach asking me to do? Like, what is LA about? You know, they haven't been to LA. This is all new experiences for them, and they had to go ahead and go through it. So I'm just looking for them to continue to mature and grow and within the program. And I think they got an opportunity to do some special stuff here.
Is there kind of a tipping point for you with the true freshman where you know, okay, he's ready to go, I can trust him enough to be out on the field?
I mean, we've been kind of seeing that all the way through spring ball, and then now we get into fall camp. It's just like any player, you know, they're going to earn the right to get on the field. It's going to be all based off of the choices that they make. You know, either they choose to come in extra, they choose to go ahead and watch more film, they choose to get more lifting in with Coach Riley, whatever it may be, or they choose not to. Okay, so no matter what their choices are, either those choices are going to help us put them on the field, or those choices are going to allow us to make it easy, and they're just going to have to watch. So it's really up to them. Really up to them.
That Texas to California transition's been okay for them?
Man, it's been okay. It really is. You know, they get a chance to experience something new. This is a great place. It's phenomenal. The weather is fantastic. I mean, it's triple digits down there. You know what I mean? So they come here, and it's nothing for those guys. But just a college experience. You know, you want to get one of these. Obviously, we're in a time where you can go to some different places with the portal and get shot number 2, shot number 3. But if you do it right, you want to be able to do it once. And these guys have truly, really wanted to go venture out and do different things and just really see what LA can bring them that they didn't have at home.
Off season, do you guys do any kind of like bonding for the running back room? I know some
Yes, we did. We went to Topgolf.
Okay.
We did, and you know, I got a lot of guys in there that swore up and down that they were Tiger Woods, but that was not the case. But it was a great time spending with those guys, and I can't wait to do it again next year.
Who was the best golfer out there?
The best golfer out of that group is actually Matt Colombo.
Okay.
Matt Colombo, in-house kid from St. John Bosco, but he's got a nice swing on him. He does. He truly does.
How's your game?
My game is all right. You know, I'm still trying to catch Coach Shaw over there at Utah, who's phenomenal. But it's coming around. It's rounding into form.
Who was the worst golfer?
Who was the worst golfer? Oh man, you know what? I'm gonna keep that to myself. I don't want to put that out there for anybody, you know. But they need some practice for sure. You know, they need some practice. But again, it's a good room. It's a good group. You know, I think that people want to see who they're going to be. I think there's some questions that we are going to have to answer, and I think that group is really looking forward to answering those questions.
Any surprises from those guys? I mean, you recruit them and bring them in, and it's something, wow, I didn't realize they did this well, or anything like that.
You know, I knew that. So, obviously, Marshawn. You know, I didn't really know and understand understand how quick twitch he is. You know, he is twitchy. You know, so and to be that twitchy at 217 is pretty rare. So that was kind of cool to find out and see, kind of like when we saw in the spring game. Like, oh, that would be nice. Hopefully we can go ahead and grow and do some things on that. So Quentin, I didn't know he was that fast. Like you saw that he averaged a lot, you know, in high school. You know, you want to be up around 9 to 10, depending on what conference you're in. You know, if you're playing in a tough, rugged conference, you know, 6, 7, okay. If you're playing dudes every weekend, but that dude can run. He can absolutely float. And then when I think about Omarion, his strength is he is a very strong, powerful runner. You know, and these guys are only going to get better in this program. They're going to develop, and they want to be good. So I think the future's bright.
When you build a running back room, different skill sets, like, do you feel like it's well-rounded? Like you have enough like fast guys or big guys or guys that are personal guys that can do different stuff?
I think so. We got them all the way from 228 down to 198. You know, and a Barlow is going to be different than an Austin Jones. You know, Quentin Joyner is going to be different than Marshall. So I think that we got enough different body types and skill sets in there because the game of football is all situational. You know, so you might have to be able to lean on somebody else in a game at any given time. So you know, I really like to be able to almost like a basketball team walking out. You know. The 1 is going to be different through the 5, you know, so that's kind of what I think that we got here when you're creating a room, you know, because you don't want to continue to get the same pieces. You want to be able to have some versatility in the room.
Travis Dye was a great leader, obviously, for your group, but on the team, and especially on Saturdays, like you haven't experienced that, I guess, now without it. Like, how do you feel like that's going to be? Is that going to be difficult having someone like that not around just because he's such a good leader?
Oh, man. I talked to Trav. Trav was amazing for us, you know, because, again, he'd been through the fires. He only lost a handful of games where he came from, you know, and he was just used to winning, and he understood what it took. I think there's been some guys in that room right now, and even on this team, that have stepped into those roles. They've wanted those roles. They want that kind of, it's not, I don't even want to call it pressure, but that responsibility to do so. And it's been really good for our room, and I think it's also been really good for the team. But we do have some guys that have kind of stepped up into those roles, and they're doing a great job at it as well.
Excited for fall camp tomorrow?
We are all excited. You know, I mean, we'd be crazy not to be excited. These guys got a great chance ahead of them. They worked really hard. They've listed. The guys have changed their bodies. They have really invested in this upcoming season. They understand the road that they're going to go through is not going to be an easy one, not at all. You know, but just thinking about one day at a time, 1 week, 1 day. Just want to keep everything kind of in front of us and just take it step by step.
Do you like the 6 a.m. or the early practices? Or?
Oh, I love it. I'm here anyway, so this is easy for me. Now for the boys, no, but they're revved up. They're gonna be ready to go. I mean, again, they're truly excited when you really invest all that time and to see the jumps that our program and our strength program have made from year 1 to year 2. It's been amazing. You know, so it's got to make a young man excited. You know, and it makes us excited as well.
Do you have specific goals for your room as far as the strength conditioning stuff goes with Ben Wiley?
I just leave that to Coach Wiley. Coach Wiley's got it, you know, just want them big, fast, and strong, and whatever those numbers are, you know, through our nutrition room, through our strength program, those people do a great job of finding what that number is based on their height, their weight, you know, percentage of body fat, percentage of muscle. You know, that's out of my realm. You know what I mean? I can eyeball a guy and be like, yeah, you know, I think he should be here, but this game is a science now. It's totally different. So I rely on the science to go ahead and let them do their job, and whatever way they're supposed to be, whatever speed they're supposed to be, as long as they're ready to go and healthy, I'm a fan of.
From your perspective, the challenge or the balance of going into a season where there's a lot of guys in their last year, and you know, a player like Caleb, you know, the goal was a national title, but what's the balance between, you know, that and also recruiting or building for the future? given the transfer portal now and just how many turnover there is?
Yeah, that's just kind of the nature of college football right now. We do have a couple of older guys. I mean, but we're still fairly young as well. At the end of the day, you want to play good football. You want to play hard, and whatever. We do have some goals. I know Caleb has some goals. Who doesn't in college football? Everybody in college football. That's why you play. You love the game, and at the end of the day, there's only going to be one team that's going to hoist that trophy at the end of the day. So, I mean, everybody's going in the same direction. But all this is about coming here, getting a great degree, enjoying it together, becoming as close knit as a group as we can, and seeing where we can take this thing. So again, we're not stamping anything. We're just going to take it day by day, and we're going to coach hard here. We're going to play hard here. We're going to play fast, and hopefully it takes us where we want to go.
As a coach, what kind of role do you take in terms of, Marcia was talking about, there's obviously some new guys and some transfers, like in terms of getting that chemistry, building, like obviously they take a big agency in it, but as a coach, like what's your perspective on it, and what kind of role do you take to try to develop that chemistry?
Just talking to some of the older guys, about kind of what it takes to do that, what it looks like, what does leadership look like. We have a lot of meetings on that, and then just getting a chance to know one another. Just understand that you're pulling people from all over the globe. Extend a hand, make sure that we welcome everybody once they get here, and just talking about just doing things the right way. Like we're welcoming people into our home, just like you would at your house. Treat them nicely, help them, be there, let them get their feet underneath them. If there's something that you can help them with, be there for them, just support them as they transition to USC. So that's basically the role that I play personally, and each coach is different because each coach brings something a little bit different to the program.
How would you characterize the development of the offense going into year two?
Things are crisper. Things are faster. Because when we first got here, we were just implementing. Coach Riley and Caleb, Mario, they knew the plays, and everybody else had to figure it out. But no, this is just really, really crisper. Like you said, the leadership is there. Because guys have done it. On the field, making corrections. Older guys helping the younger guys. So it's you see a lot of growth. Everything is happening a little bit faster, so it's been good. It's been good.
The playbook a lot better too.
Oh man, I do. Yeah, as a coach, you get a chance to come in, and there's some concepts that that are universal to the game, or I've run it at a different place before. But just even myself, just a lot more knowledgeable about what Coach Riley is looking for, in terms of whether it's alignment, assignment, and depth, and how he wants things done. Anybody gets a chance to go ahead and grow in year two, so I have done the same thing.
How much does having a quarterback like Caleb help your position group, just based on what defenses have to do to?
I just think honestly, it's just the offense. You know what I mean? Like Caleb's amazing, but then you look outside and you see a Dorian Singer, and you look on the O-line and you see a Jonah Mime. You know what I mean? So I just think that just offensively, there's just a lot of guys that can make the things that we want to do in the running back room a little bit easier. And hopefully we do the same thing on the perimeter, and hopefully for the O-line.
I had a coach that said he was one of the best running backs in the country when he takes off. What do you see when he touches the ball as a runner?
Say that one more time.
Caleb's.
Yeah.
Somebody said he was one of the best running backs in the country.
I got you.
What do you see when he kind of touches that ball and takes off?
Caleb's got good size. Size and speed, elusiveness, great feet, great balance, and he's strong. You know what I mean? Like he's a thicker person than what people think, and he's harder to bring down. But he's a great runner of the football. He's just a really good football player. He just makes plays.
Do one more.